Alright, on to the exterior things here. You take a look at this, man. This is just a big mess, man. You got two separate fans on here, and they're all sharing one regulator. And the thing looks like it's been shorted out against the case a few times, man. And that 104 cap looks like it's touching the case. We're gonna get these fans off here for you, man, and wash this top. I'm gonna go wash those sides over there too, just to make it look a little better, man. Get you two new, better fans on here. Got them set up right here, man. Some real good fans. Get you some air down them 16 transistors. All right, let's go get that done now. All right, got you all set up here, man. Fresh wash top. And got you two high-powered fans here, man. These things pull close to 1 amp each, man. Right there about 8. Right there about 0.8 milliamps on these cotton pickers, man. These things are drawing some current, so keep them 18 Japanese soldiers cool. And so what I went ahead and done, man, is went the other direction, since 1 amp regulator really ain't gonna cut it with these particular fans. I went ahead and done just a simple mathematical calculation to see exactly about the ohms I would need per fan, so that these fans are sitting right there about 13 volts, right there on like a 20 volt float, which is typical for an unregulated supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and just demonstrate that for you now. Here's the voltmeter we're gonna be taking a look at. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the turn on the unregulated supply. We're gonna put it on the medium tap first, just for the fun of it. And that's sitting on 18.5 volts. Now these things are a little loud there. Once you get the top on there, it won't be too bad. All right, just to show you. All right, what's going into these fans on this meter is 18.1 volts. After it's going through the wires and everything, you know, 18.1 volts is going into these fans. All right, now let's take a look at what is actually going into the fans after being going through these power resistors. Ah, crap, I just had a ground fall off there. Hold on 1 second. It'll fall off again now. So that's right there at 12 volts, 11.5 volts. That's on 18.6 volts. Now let's go ahead and flip her. Booyah! 12.5 volts, 12.6 volts, 20.6 volts, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, that's 21. 21.6 volts. Man, the voltage on them mains are up pretty good right now. Good God almighty. Alright. Let's see what's going into these fans. 13.2 volts. If you can see that. 13.2 volts. So there you go, man. And then when you run these, if you run these things in a mobile, you'll be perfectly fine then too. And you know what, I should have that set up real quick to show you what that would be doing in the mobile. Let me press pause real quick. Alrighty, I got some lower voltage hooked up now. We're on 14.4 volts, which is typical mobile voltage from an alternator. And as you can hear, it's a little bit quieter, okay? So let's go ahead and see what she's producing right there at that voltage. Right there about 9 volts, 8.98 volts. A little quieter there, still pushing some real good air. So there you go. So this thing's sold up here, man. These power resistors right here soak up some good heat from them fans, knocking the voltage down on them. So after that, man, the other thing I've done to the box so far, man, went ahead and mic'd that in, that trombone cap that I was using the tuner in. Let's see, I got it right here on my cigarette pack. It tuned out to 124 picofarad. So I went ahead and got the factory cap here. I polished it up a little bit for you, and went ahead and glued it up underneath there, man, so this thing's not going to be moving on you when you're in a mobile. If you're going to put this in a mobile, bouncing around, got that put in there for you. And when again, got these electrolytics here soldered in here for you to make up for that one that was on the side here that wasn't too stable moving around. So we're just going to get the sides on here, man, and go ahead and show you an output test, man. We're going to start off with the 1446 2-pill driver right there, AB bias driver. We're going to move on over here to the old Texas Star 350, give it a little bit more. And then for the final drive, we're going to hit the old GK400, 1 drive and 4, all 2879s, all metal clad capacitors. Built the key, and built the key when it's hot and stay stable. Alright, old gatekeeper said it. We'll be back. Alrighty, here's the supply we're going to be using for this bad boy. Some of y'all might recognize this supply here. But basically, as this supply says, we are looking at 100 amps on 12 volts. Now this supply is for a 16 pill actually. This is my personal 16 pill base. And any of you smarter people out there, maybe y'all can fill me in on what this circuit is right here. I think it's some sort of slow start, because that relay of course kicks on real quick first, and then that one does about a second or two later. But anyway, so like I said, this right here seems to be a 12 volt relay. I mean, 12 volt relay, a 12 volt supply, meaning until it gets down to below 12 volts, you won't be past your duty cycle. All right, let's rock and roll. We'll see what we can do with this supply. We'll do what we can. All righty, Mr. Gatekeeper here on this cat jobbing end. This has been a miniature journey, no doubt about it, but we got this thing sewed up, as I like to say. If you see any smoke during this duration, it is a celebration stove, which I have well deserved. I want to point out two things that I'm not 100% sure. There was one video for some reason out of the 18, I think, videos of the repair that did not have any audio on it for some reason. I did go ahead and replace the SO239s with some gold-plated Teflon. The SO239s that were on here, the insulator was literally just melted. So we got you some gold-plated SO239s on there now, okay? They had also came unsoldered from the board too, so we went ahead and soldered that back real well. And I'm sure that I did mention it in there, but let's see if we can't find your old ground tab. These are all the parts, stuff that can't. There it is, right there. All right. Here's the ground tab that was on it. Okay. You know, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I mean, this would be, I guess, fine. I would think for an 8-pill. But I mean, if you take a look at it, I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's not real strong. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot of current that can pass through that. I definitely wouldn't trust this for up to 350 amps of current by no means. Okay? So that's why I went ahead and done this right here for you, which I think is far enough efficient. And also what I went ahead and done as well, see if we can't find your old bolts here. Here it is. Here's your old bolt that was being used for the ground. And as you see, man, it's seen some better days. It's all, you know, corroded, whatever. I think that might be a 3/8 right there. I went ahead and upgraded to a 1/2-inch bolt, which to show you the difference, there's a difference right there. So that makes me feel a lot better. So we got you a 1/2-inch bolt, got you a wing nut right there for you, man. All right, let's go ahead and do the power output of this bad boy. We're going to be running 4 watts RMS from the bench radio. That's 4 watts RMS, 18 to 20 watts peak into the driver. This is two 1446s, AB bias mode. All right, we're rocking with a 2500 watt slug. Now, I am using my trusty MFJ model MFJ-50 dummy load here. And this thing is only rated for really 1,000 watts, but about, I think, 3,000 watts. It may be a second or so. So we might have some bubblage going on today. I did build me a bigger dummy load that kind of fried during the 12 pill, last 12 pill me and Mr. 73 did. So I am looking for a bigger dummy load. I don't have the time to build me a bigger one right now. So if anybody knows where something like maybe like a Bird 10 kW or some kind of more heftier dummy load, give me a holler. Maybe we can work something out. Maybe do some bartering, as they say, because I do need to get me a bigger dummy load pretty badly. We got some bigger builds coming up, a 24 pill build. We got a 48 coming up. It's going to be two 24s combined, pre-built 24s, so I do need to get me a little bit bigger dummy load. All right, to move on ahead, we got the 2500 watt slug. Okay, we'll go RMS first. On 18.2 volts on the float with this. The driver is on 14.4. The duty cycle of this supply on this 16 pill base here is about 13.3 volts. So once the voltage goes below 13.3, we're basically pulling all that the supply can give us at that point. Okay, just to let you know. I really do feel there should have been a bigger supply put in this, but I don't know why not. Alright, well, here we go. 2500 watt slug. We're reading the top scale. 5, 10, 15, 20. Go yeah. Go yeah. Alright, looks like about 700. Let's see, what's in between the 5 and the 10? I think that's 750, I believe. 750. I might be wrong. 750 RMS. Take a look at the peak. 2500 watt slug. Go yeah. That's about 2200 watts PUP. Alright, at this point what we're going to do is go ahead and hook into the second driver. And at that point, I think we're going to go ahead and bust on into the hot radio as well. We'll be back. Whoop! Forgot to show the input reflect. 10 watt slug. Go yeah. Alrighty, we'll be back. Alright, actually I decided to go ahead and hook up the hot radio, which is doubling our input into the driver, 8 watts RMS, to the regular driver we were using. So let's just see what that produces. 1000 RMS. Let's take a look at the voltage drop. We're already at 13.8 volts. Okay. So y'all keep that in mind. I got a 600 watt supply on the way, I believe. since I don't have the time to break away and build me one. I got about 2 or 3 supplies coming up that I got to do. So we're just using what we got right now. So that's 1,000 bird, 13.8 volts. Let's go ahead and change drivers. All right, we got the brand new Texas Star hooked up. This thing is brand spanking new. It's got a set of DEIs in it, of course. That's what they come with. I went ahead and did a full power wire upgrade to this box. Full power wire, the power distribution. I went ahead and hid the SSB delay up under the board like I always do. First person that sends me 220 bucks, this box is yours. Save yourself about 60 bucks. These sell for about 260, 280, brand new. 220 bucks is yours. I'd like to keep it, but hell, I'll get me another one or build me one. Alright. We're just going to leave it on high and just dump these two 2879s, which will kind of be acting like a 3-pill in a sense, using the hot radio, okay? Alright, here's what it produces. 2,500 watt slug still. We're reading the top scale. That's right there about 1,200 RMS or so. Right there about 1,200, 1,250 RMS. Alright. The voltage, 13.5 volts. It's time to hook up the big boy. We'll be back. Alright, we're about to run out of space, so let's hurry up. Here we go. Here's the 5-pill. RMS, 2,500 watt slug. Almost 1,500 watts. Voltage drop, 13.4 volts. Alright, we got the 5 kW slug in. We're reading the middle scale just to kind of see again on a different slug. That's 1,500 watts RMS. Let's take a look at the peak. Right there, a hair under 3,000 watts. There she goes. Alright. Let me explain, because this box right here can get up to 4,500 watts peak, no problem. We're pretty much on a glorified 200 amp supply down here, okay? It's dropping to its duty cycle right there about 13.4 volts or so, so we pretty much sucked it dry. So this box, I'm very surprised I was even able to get it up to 1,500 bird, which is only 100 bird under the 100 bird per pill guideline that I like to go by. I was honestly only thinking that I was going to be able to get it up to about 1,200 or 1,300 watts RMS, so that I'm very happy about. That I'm very, very, very happy about. Everything in here is cold as a cucumber, man. This resistor right here was the very last one that I was having a problem with. I can't even feel no warmth. There you go, man. I was glad to get this done for you. We'll get the 10s on it here. Alright, big brother, there she is with the 10s on her. The top, as we say. Got some good airflow too, man. Booyah! And I don't know what this is, man. It is some sort of glue. SOS pad won't even take it off, or acetone. Somebody spilt some glue on this thing or something, man. I tell you what, brother, this thing, you see on the back right here? It's some sort of glue. But boy, you got some good air flowing out of this thing, boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're good to go, man. Get this thing packaged up and shipped back to you, man. I thought about doing something a little neat. You see on this snake right here? Drill a tiny, tiny little hole, man. Put a micro LED in there, man. And every time you key up, the snake's eye lights up. What do you think about that? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Alright, man. Off to the next. Everybody's been waiting these last 2 weeks or so. Thank you so much for your patience. This was just one of them ones. Yeah, thank God everyone ain't like this. If it was, I wouldn't be in this hobby. Gatekeeper, northeast end of Georgia. I'm good and gone. Bye-bye. Hopefully I didn't break nobody's mirror.